is Chris from Monkey Nut, and we're at CRE 2024 in Milton Keynes. And I'm joined by James from Yamaha.
Chris,
James,
nice to see you.
Hi, good to have you here. Thanks for coming to CRE. It's really, really good to have you here. What brings you to CRE each year?
Well, it's a real pleasure to be here, first of all. And actually, we historically showed at CRE many years ago. Last year, we came back for the first time in about a decade. And we met so many great people. And actually, I think we've now got an offer for the people that attend CRE that's so special because we do some really unique things to help support music in worship for churches.
We're going to get onto your offer, I think. It sounds really, really fascinating. I was going to say, you haven't brought any motorbikes with you. You're definitely not doing that, are you?
We didn't bring motorbikes, no. But whilst we are part of the same overall company, actually, if you look at the motorbike logo, it's actually 3 tuning forks because everything started with music.
Oh, I did not know that. Well, there you go. There you go. So tell me what it is specifically you're doing for Yamaha with churches.
Okay, so we now have a dedicated business-to-business team, and within that team, we have a dedicated church music advisor. And as part of our team, actually, we're uniquely placed, I think, because as a company, we understand music. We're the only company that makes every musical instrument. So we can supply everything from a recorder that your kids might play at school, right the way through to a mixing console that you might use in a stadium such as the one that we're in. And whether that's very high-end PA installations, concert grand pianos, drum kits, guitars, whatever. So we understand music, but I think uniquely we understand faith and we understand the requirements of the worship market. So within my team, I've got people that are, whether they're practicing in the Anglican Church, whether they're Roman Catholics, whether they're Methodists, Presbyterian, whatever it may be, we've got members of the team that are not just involved in making music for church, but also involved in lay ministry, and that might be as catechists, it might be adult formation, running children's liturgy groups, maybe as directors or governors of local faith schools. So I think the combination is that we're uniquely placed to understand music to its nth degree, but also to understand faith and ministry and mission, and to understand the importance of how those two things can mesh together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we really take, I take as one of my mantras, I think it's often attributed to Saint Augustine, who said that when you sing, you pray twice. And that's, for me, is such an important thing, because music in the liturgy and music in worship really enhances everything that we do in our faith spheres. And for those of us that maybe look at the Bible, and we've got, in the middle of the Bible, we've got the whole book of Psalms, which is a whole book that was designed to be sung.
I was going to say, the Psalms are very musical. They were designed to be sung.
Absolutely. So they were all intended to be sung. And when we look at the Psalms, there are so many things. You can pull out all these different references, singing a new song to the Lord, praising the Lord with trumpets and cymbals and timbrels. Well, you know what? We maybe can't supply a lyre or a harp, but I can supply the trumpets and the cymbals and everything else that goes around it. So we're really excited to be here as part of this event.
That's really, really good to hear. And how important is it to keep coming back to CRE? Is this really the place for you to really get into that market, the faith-based market?
I think so. And actually last year, having had maybe 10 years away from this event, it was great to reconnect with some people that we recognised and that we knew. And already, in just the first few minutes of being here today, I've seen some people that we recognise, and they say, we remember you from last year. And I've seen a couple of people that we sold pianos for the choir and this kind of thing. It's great to be part of that and to be, if you like, for want of a better word, embedded in this community.
Oh, that's so good to hear. That's really, really good. And what about some of those acts which go on tour and things like that? You talked about providing stadium-based things as well. That's amazing. How often are you supplying things to those bigger artists?
Well, I mean, that's happening all of the time. So our team that look after our commercial audio installations, actually we work with a number of commercial audio installers and expert companies that can really look after those installations. And many of them are here exhibiting at CRE alongside us. So we're really pleased to have our dealer partners with us as well. But on any one day of the week, there'll be a concert somewhere that's being propped up by Yamaha sound.
Oh, amazing. And I suppose we've got that bigger end of things where we're talking stadiums and arenas and going around the world on tour. But what about bringing it back down to that local church level? You said you've got an amazing offer for us. I want to hear what that is very, very shortly.
Well,
but if you're in a church and it sounds like, you want to get into that worship side of things, bringing in instruments. Tell us how you're, I suppose, facilitating that for churches. Because it's working with someone like Yamaha, it sounds quite big and it's amazing.
It sounds big, but we're not just about the big stuff.
Yeah.
So actually, on a if you like a grassroots level, we've got products that now are specifically aimed at that market. Even one of my most favourite, exciting products at the minute is a tiny little speaker that is battery powered, rechargeable, and you can Bluetooth stuff to it, you can plug things into it. I can easily take it from the choir rehearsal room into the church hall, into the village hall, into the school if we're doing a concert at school. And these things are so accessible, but always with really high quality. I think sometimes one thing that I've found in the past when I've been trying to buy equipment for my own church is that it's easy to get a good price on something, but it might last 3 or 4 years and then that's it. And actually all of our products are designed to be durable and to last and give lasting value and a lasting impression. And that might be everything from a small I've got a small keyboard that we use, that I use when I'm not in church and I'm rehearsing with the choir. It runs on AA batteries. It doesn't have lots of rhythms and sounds and demo tunes and all the things that we associate with classroom keyboards. It is aimed at a serious musician in a serious application. So I've got a good piano sound, I've got a good organ sound, not a lot else. But I don't need to plug it into anything, don't need to plug it into the mains, don't need to plug it into speakers. And it just works for me. And I can use that with the choir. And it's brilliant. And then I can fling it on the back seat of the car and drive off to the next church wherever I'm doing a concert or a rehearsal. So the combination of, I think, some of those products that have been really designed to address certain specific needs like that, that's one thing. But also in terms of making instruments accessible for churches. We all understand, there are people exhibiting here that will help with fundraising, and many of the companies that are involved in this business understand that one of the important things that we do is help churches with fundraising. But actually, we have a really flexible scheme now where churches can rent instruments from us or lease instruments with an option to purchase at the end.
Oh, well, that's really good.
So, for example, I've got the smallest grand piano that we do, and not everybody's thinking about buying a grand piano, but a small grand piano for the choir rehearsal room. I've just done one very recently to a cathedral in London, and that piano is a piano that would be about £12,000, but you can have it in your church for about 175 quid a month.
That's really good value.
Amazing. That's amazing. So you don't have to have huge capital outlay, and depending on how your parish council or your parish accountant is accounting for that lease payment, you can account for it as an operating cost. So on your balance sheet, it comes out of the same box as cleaning the windows and all of those things.
You've really thought about it, haven't you?
Yeah, we've really used a model that we used with schools, because we do a lot of work in the education sector, and we've applied those same principles to the worship market. So there are lots of really flexible schemes that we can offer to churches.
Oh, that's really, really good to hear. Now, before we get onto your offer, which I really want to hear about, do you actually play any instruments, James?
Yes.
What do you play?
Yeah, so I'm a first study organist.
Oh, wow.
But I play organ and piano, a little bit of some orchestral stuff as well. And for 15 years, I was the director of music and looking after the choir in my local church. I moved, so now I'm in a church where somebody else is doing that. So I can sit back and enjoy somebody else's work.
Oh, that's brilliant. So come on then, tell us what the Yamaha offer is.
Okay, so uniquely for CRE customers, actually we offer a direct service. So that means that you're dealing direct with the manufacturer rather than with a reseller. And it also means that you're accessing extra special pricing, because we really want to support worship. We want to support music and ministry in our churches, and we want to reinvigorate music in worship. So that means that you've got huge discounts available, which is great, flexible financing, also a really bespoke service in terms of advice, so we can get our team to come down and see you at your church. Doesn't matter how big or small you are, Doesn't matter whether you're looking to buy one piano, one drum kit, or put a PA system in the whole church. We will come see you. We would love to be with you and help support whatever you're doing.
That's amazing. So what's the website if anybody wants to come and find out more?
So the website is uk.yamaha.com. And you can go to there. There's a customer contact form on that site. And if anybody is doing that, then if you can put the letter CRE in the subject line, that really helps me, because that means that those inquiries find their way directly to my desk.
Nice.
For anybody that's watching this that maybe is going to visit us at CRE, then come and see us on the stand, B23, and we've got some unique QR codes that you can scan, and that sends a direct link through to me, and we can be in touch with you, and we can come see you, and we'd love to talk to you.
James Sargeant from Yamaha, thank you so much for being with us here at CRE. And if you want to find out more about what's happening here at CRE or anything that you've seen or heard, make sure you go to the website. It's creonline.co.uk.